the typical artist is like, oh, I need all this really expensive, I need an SSL outboard gear, you know, like it's all we need. And you're
Yeah.
talking about maybe a $200, $300. If you buy the whole package, maybe $1,000, $2,000. Like we're not talking about
Sure.
like these crazy $50,000 gear. It's like gear that like is the fat filter. I think if you buy that alone is like $200 maybe, right? You know,
Yeah, I mean, I was using something called a stealth limiter for a while. I don't even know if it might have been like $99 or something like
it,
that, you know, and
and
it
it's
was great.
super accessible to people. And you're working on these massive Grammy award winning tracks with things that people can probably either have already or can have in their studio without breaking the bank. And that's amazing. It's speaking to the accessibility. And so often artists think, oh, I gotta break the bank, I gotta go spend, you know, the beginning artist that, you know, hasn't released this is my biggest frustration with artists. It's like I've seen it since I started. Is you have not released a single, like it's you haven't done anything, and you go spend 5 grand on your first acoustic song, thinking that, oh, I need to go to a really good studio, or 10 grand, you know, which for a starting artist is a ton of money. You know, it's like I gotta go
Yeah.
do this, and then but like nobody's gonna hear it. You know, that's like, or it blows my mind. Nobody's gonna hear it because, you know, you're just starting off. And I don't know. That's my biggest gripe with the music industry is we all think that we need this expensive gear, and you've
I
proven
think
that
a lot of
wrong.
I think a lot of people associate success with names of people who have been successful, and by putting yourself in that loop, you're automatically going to be successful, and it's absolutely not the way it works.
Yeah.
You know, like it starts from, if you're an artist, it starts from the song. If you don't have a hit song or a song that you really believe in, or a song that is so special, you know, that like the way you sing it or the way you perform it, that makes it a hit, it doesn't matter who mixes it or who produces it or whatever. It has to be special from the gate. And, you know, I wish more people would realize that. I mean, it's funny. One of my gripes right now is people send me work because I did this record, and they said,
Hmm.
I want that vibe. I want you to do that. For years, I'd mastered every Rihanna record, and for years everybody said, I want that Rihanna sound, and I was like, that's her sound. You can't make that sound. You can't, because you come to me, I can't make it a number one hit. I can I can make it sound good, but it's not going to be a Rihanna hit because you went to the, you know, the mixer and the master engineer. It has to do with what you're giving us. And if what you're giving us is not, you know, a hit, it's not going to matter. It'll sound great, but it's not, you know, the hit part has nothing to do with it, you know?
Absolutely. And that speaks to the quality of, I mean, that's the beauty of the internet. You see these massive hits that some 15-year-old kid created in his bedroom that you can tell sounds like a, you know, a bedroom mix, but it because of the way he performed it, she performed it, the way that it resonates with the culture at the moment, it's number one on Billboard, you know what I mean? And it totally speaks to that. Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know, what's really funny is, last week, Biz Markie, the rapper, passed away. And I remember working at the studio. I was an assistant at the studio where it was mastered. And I was like helping set up the session, and I put the reel up on the machine. And in the middle of the song, they changed brands of tape. They had run out of like Ampex, and they used Bassif tape. And I could see that it was a different brand of tape in the splice. And I was like, that is insane. I've never seen that before. And it was the song Nobody Beats the Biz, which was like a global hit. And the fact that they just switched brands of tape, and it had nothing to do, like, it was technologically, it was horrible what they did. But because the song was actually a hit, it didn't
Yeah.
matter. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, that's what people
100%.
have to start like realizing, is like it starts from the beginning, not during the process. Like, you can help something during the process and you can add things and make it better, but like it has to be from the
Yes,
beginning.
that is so true, man. I love that. That's such a great perspective.